Another video. I debated about talking about this because it just happened tonight. So this is my 80-pound ferocious dog. I'm his favorite place to be. He likes to sleep on top of me when I'm sitting here on the couch. So let's start out with this. I believe in carrying a gun, not to hurt someone, but to protect me, myself, and my wife. So in the past few months, my wife has decided to exercise. So, and I have been after her to carry a gun because we live in the country. There are occasionally feral dogs. There are definitely coyotes. She has refused. So I am currently trying to exercise and trying to lose weight and trying to keep a medical problem from getting worse. I'm not sure it's working. But so oftentimes I will try and walk out there with her because she won't carry me. So we live across the street from a lake, and once a week, sometimes once every other week, sometimes every week, there are people who come out, park their car. Sometimes, well, if they haven't done it before, they park it on the lakeside. They hop the fence and they go fishing, which is illegal. So we pretty much know, because of where we live, there aren't that many families out here, so we know which cars belong. So when we started walking tonight, by the way, I don't walk fast, and right now my lower back's fucking killing me. So anyway, we noticed a car parked not in a driveway, on the grass behind a mailbox. I noted that it had a current inspection sticker, but it did not have a front plate, and then it had a plate on the back. In Texas, we're required to have two plates, one on the front and one on the back. So we were musing and wondering if it was an abandoned car or if somebody had parked on the other side of the road and then hopped the fence and went fishing. So fast forward, we're walking down the street. Cars parked two doors down from a place on the street, and we noticed people getting in it, and then, so we knew that they were fishing illegally. And then they start coming down the street. So I turn on my headlight, because I carry a headlamp when I walk, because most of the time it gets dark before we get done. And the car turns on its bright lights, and then I aim my field of view so that the headlight is shining right at the car, and I wave them to go around because we're walking on the road. And they move over, and I think because for sure there were 3 people, I think there were 4. I don't think they liked that, because they turned around and they came back. So I pulled my gun. I didn't aim it at them, but I pulled it, and I pulled out my extra mag, so if I needed to, I could reload. I'm pretty sure they saw it, because they decided, I guess, they weren't going to do anything. I'm sure they thought there's 3 or 4 of them, and just me and my wife. And so my wife was more on her game than I was. I was concentrating on whether or not I was going to have to hurt somebody. And I told her to go home. And she's like, I'm not going home. We're going to walk to Dave and Sylvie's house. We know who they are. They know who we are. So that the dickheads don't know where we live. So, and I'm like, that's a good thing. And then we're walking. The car was continuing to. They followed us for just maybe 100 yards a ways back, which is why I did what I did. And then they stopped and they turned around and they left. So I live more in the country than in the city, but close enough that dickheads like that want to come out and they don't want to go fishing. They don't want to pay to get into the power company's lake. So this is a frequent thing with people coming out and fishing and hopping the fence. And I told my wife, I said, look, please carry a gun from now on. She's like, this is the first time I've not felt safe since we've been here. I'm like, well, the world is not a hold hands and sing kumbaya place. I wish it was. So my thing is, she wears a lighted marking vest so that people can see her. But what problem is, most people are stupid and they look at the road right in front of their fucking car and they don't look down the road ways. Had she been by herself and done the same thing and she hadn't had a gun, what would have happened? So, ladies and gentlemen, the world is not what it used to be. I advocate being able to protect yourself. And I told her, I said, a gun against 4 guys would barely make it equal. As a matter of fact, it probably wouldn't, because I'm not sure she would shoot somebody. But she's very capable. But just not sure she would. I mean, she has the skills. And I asked her again to carry a fucking gun. And I don't know if she will. So, I mean, the bottom line is, people, those younger guys, probably under 30, who probably were irritated that I waved them to go around. This is Texas. The temperatures are cooling off. The other day was a fucking cooker, but snakes like to come out on the fucking pavement at night to stay warm. So we don't like to walk in the grass. I can walk in the grass, no problem, but my wife doesn't. So something simple as waving for a car to go around you, and it's a very low traffic area. There's no cars coming towards them. They get irritated, and something could have turned very shitty. So keep that in mind. I'll probably be up late tonight because I'm gonna go out and sit and see if dickheads kicked somebody out of the car, and they watch to see where we live at, see if they're gonna be brave enough to come back. And to be honest, if they come inside my fence, and it'll go well for them. So yeah, it's kind of fucked up world we live in these days. So this is an example of showing strength. Probably de-escalated something. Let's hope it stays that way. All right. By the way, I am reading, or was trying to read the 4th book in the 1 Second After series. I started reading it, and my dog came over and wanted up, so then he came up and I started recording this. So you all need to understand it's going to get worse. Information is knowledge and power. Live low, prep a lot. Chief Prepper, out.